So, as Marie said, my name is Michael. I got my bachelor's in civil engineering, and my project was basically to kind of threefold, to create a sort of database for non-motorized infrastructure assessment, organizing a digital best practices inventory, and helping prepare a rubric for evaluating roads with respect to walkability and bikeability. So, what is multimodality? First of all, what is a mode? A mode is just basically a mode of transportation. So automobiles, walking, biking, public transportation. So multimodality is just basically the ability of a transportation system to accommodate multiple different modes of transportation. Multimodality allows people to choose how they want to get to wherever they want to go. And curious, how many of you have sidewalks in front of your home? That's actually better than I expected. So if you don't have sidewalks in front of your home, you're less likely to just walk down the street or walk.
You can ask who used it.
Well, but basically, if the non-motorized infrastructure is lacking or not there, then freedom is people's ability to choose, and if the infrastructure is not there, then they can't really choose to walk or bike or what have you. So people aren't really free to do what they want. So, having worked this summer, there are basically two different kinds of transportation design. This one is traditional transportation, which focuses on cars. Some hallmarks of traditional transportation engineering are high speeds and wide lanes. There may be facilities for pedestrians and bicyclists, but those are not prioritized. And quality of movement is determined from queue lengths and delay times and travel times. Traditional transportation engineering is best geared towards rural or sparse suburban areas. I got to go out to 26th Street and assess the road between 53rd and 57th Avenue this summer, and we surveyed it to test out a sort of prototype rubric, which I can read earlier. 26th Street is a good example of a fairly unfriendly road for non-motorized transportation. There are no bike lanes, so there are bicyclists biking on the sidewalk, which is technically illegal, but people do it anyways. And there would be demand for non-motorized transportation on this road because there's a college, State College of Florida, right on 57th Ave. And the school year's about to start, so there's going to be a lot more people walking, biking to school. So this is a multimodal transportation, which doesn't emphasize pedestrian and bicycle facilities, but gives them or provides equity for them. Some characteristics of multimodal transportation are lower speed limits and narrower lanes. Quality of movement is determined from, or is walkability and bikeability play a higher role in determining the level of service, the quality of movement for a road, and this is best geared towards urban or more densely suburban areas. So, having worked this summer, I got to read several binders full of multimodal documents regarding multimodality and how best to implement it. I got to read them and organize them into a catalog for future reference for projects here. I got to also play around with Synchro and ArcGIS. I got to update the county's road network, and in GIS, I got to check the signal inventory for a new level of service calculation that we're going to try. And with respect to non-motorized mobility, on Google Earth, I assessed some links, some areas of concern, which are roads with high demand and low supply for non-motorized transportation. High demand being that people would probably use non-motorized facilities more, and low supply meaning the infrastructure is missing or in bad shape. And using all of this, I got a client or consultant prepared a rubric for evaluating the walkability and bikeability of a road, which Public Works got to refine into a more objective criteria, which we tested on 26th Street. So, in conclusion, this table summarizes motorized and non-motorized transportation fairly well. The inventory laid groundwork for our mobility coordinator, which will help him in Public Works with future transportation planning endeavors, which are geared towards improving the quality of life of Manatee County residents. I was glad I got to work with some of the industry softwares, such as Synchro and AutoCAD, and hopefully I will take this experience and pursue a career in either transportation engineering or government engineering.